So Graham, what is USREPS and how is that related to CREP?
Well, CREP is the organization, and USREPS, the United States Registry of Exercise Professionals, is really the product of the coalition, if you will. And that's a registry of all those individuals that are certified or hold current certification from the member organizations. And that registry, if you will, is intended to allow various stakeholders, consumers, employers, referring medical or other professionals, and government to be able to verify the accuracy of the credentials that are claimed by the professional. Third party, it's not a directory, if you will, that's used for the purposes of marketing to or acquiring prospective clients. It really just serves that purpose of verification of the credentials. And the value of that from our perspective is that we know that particularly among the referring professionals, but even consumers, that there is some wariness around the legitimacy of the credentials that people hold, and they're reluctant to make some of those referrals because it's difficult to know who is qualified and who isn't. And we want to ease that process so that they know that there's a single place that they can go to be able to find individuals that are within their community that are capable and qualified to provide the services.
Okay, that's great. So the registry, it's like a database.
That's correct.
We're listing all of the certificates from those 7 member organizations.
Correct.
Okay. And how many people are in the database or the registry overall?
There's a little over 150,000 current certificates that are available on that to search by a variety of criteria: name, city, zip code, or even credentials. So if somebody was specifically looking for a Pilates teacher in their community, they would be able to use that to sort that specific criteria.
And what if I'm somebody that has ACE certification and PMA certification and another one?
If you hold multiple current credentials, all of those would display.
Okay. Okay. And I understand that USREPS is the most recent national registry to be established, but there are also other ones in other countries.
Yes. National registries have been growing in both number and popularity in Europe and a lot of the Commonwealth countries. And for many of those organizations, those national registries, being registered and on that registry is actually a requirement in order to be able to practice in those countries. And of course, most of those have national medicine. And so they're already well along the way to integrating the health and wellness elements, if you will, around referral. And so that's an important piece. And most of them are government sponsored. There is a parent organization for those. It's called ACSM. And one of the benefits of that membership in ACSM is that USREPS and CREP are the exclusive registry for the United States there, and there's some portability work in terms of mapping the various credentials so that if individuals want to go and work or teach in another country, that they won't have to duplicate their efforts around earning their credentials, and they'll be able to go to work or at least understand what they need to do specifically when they arrive in those countries to make up for any differences in the mapping process.
Right. Okay. So as it stands now, the Pilates qualifications that exist within the other registries, not in USREPS, are all mat-based.
Correct.
Right.
And that's something that we hope that we'll be able to influence over time. Because of the membership requirements for CREP in the United States based on that NCCA accredited certification program, we only recognize the PMA credential and have those individuals on the registry. And when you're looking at it compared to the other international registries, they look at those individuals that are qualified to provide a more comprehensive assessment of the participant and a more specific program design and delivery around that individual's goals and their health status would position them at a comparable level 4 The other credential that's at the comparable level 4 in the United States is the personal training credential. And we hope that the other international registries will look to the standard that we're establishing here and adopt that within the other national registries.
Fantastic. I'd like to thank Graham Melstrand for coming to talk to us today about CREP and USREPS. This is very important information for Pilates teachers, and I know that we'll be seeing a lot of developments in the future. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for having us, and we're thrilled to have the Pilates Method Alliance as part of the coalition.
Thank you.